Pono, the Hawaiian Assassin Pau. And I'm in the heavyweight division. I'll be fighting Cooper Housley.
Very good, very good. So this guy, um, he may have known longer than we did as an audience, but from the outside looking in, this came about pretty quick.
Did.
Like, does that, we've been talking about it a lot today, but I really am curious, does that freak you out at all, or is it better to not think about it because it's so close?
I like it that it's not like in my face, right? And even with all the pressure with the like power slap announcing things, they've been really good about holding back on this fight specifically and kind of waiting to the very end, the last week, to kind of get that out there. But we knew maybe about a month and a half or so before.
So similar to Cooper.
Just something down the lines of this is what's going to happen, right? And then we weren't really set for Cooper Housley or a Logan. It was more of, okay, well, they were trying to shoot something on a higher level. They wanted, and like we said before when we spoke about, it's like they had ideas of what they wanted to see, and when those ideas didn't really make that light, that was the opportunity for something like this, like Cooper Housley, Logan, and being able to battle them and be able to challenge them out there too. And it fell into play with a comment that Cooper leaves on there, and it's like, oh well.
No way. I don't think I knew that, dude.
Yeah, we saw James Seekman, we saw Pono, and either one wouldn't be a problem for me. I would go out there and I would entertain that.
Dude, you got to be careful what you ask for this early in the slap game.
Yeah,
they will notice
for sure. And that was the big one right there. Is I saw that, and it was stuck in the back of my head, and it was just kind of playing. And as soon as that first fight was like, okay, this is not a go. What are we gonna do? Hey, what about Cooper? What about Logan? Let's see if they were open to it, open to the idea of going out there and being able to battle. And within 30 minutes, 40 minutes, we get the call back from Erica saying, hey, Cooper accepts it and he's ready to go for it, and he can't be any more excited than you are, right? And
dude.
That's how it played out. And now, leading up to it, it's been, that play on the heart of certain things and reuniting with everybody here with the season 3 people.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's so huge. And coming into this fight, I knew that I was going to do what I always do. Be the best version of myself. Be able to go out there, be able to perform, but also show people that it's not only about those certain parts. You also have to put a little bit of love in there too. And with Cooper, not somebody that, we take lightly. We train for every single person the same exact way. But for him, it's more of the respect side of it. We know where he's coming from. We know what kind of battles he's just had. And you know me, Joe. Everything's always about love and always about respect. And, there's some.
I'll never forget
some points
on the show, on the season. Man, I can't remember the guy, but you looked right at me like, I'm a man, bro. I'm a man, bro.
Yes,
calm down. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, Angel.
You know what I mean? Angel. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Yep. Yeah, dude. No, it's cool to see it rise. It's like it really is. So we got into it just before season 3 dropped. Mm-hmm. So season 2, season 1, I'm not as familiar with. You know what I mean? And frankly, there's not as much content of those 2 seasons as there is season 3. So like season 3, the content leveled up as well. It's more available. And so what I like about this card is it shows everybody, well, I should say the proper people that were on season 3, they are proving that no, we weren't messing around. Like we're here to do it. And it's like this coming out party a little bit for all you guys on season 3. I mean, it really is a showcase of all those fighters.
And I like it that, we get to experience this later on down the line when they've kind of already had season 1, had season 2, been able to perfect a little bit more of what needs to happen on the show, how things are taken care of, the rules, and just kind of laying the pathway of what Power Slap is exceeding to look at anyway. They're looking at something where it's on a higher level, professionalism all the way across the board, people going out there doing the best they can with what they have, and really creating the performance side of it. And the biggest part of that is that they're allowing people to now go out and tell their stories. It might have not been as long with the season 3 coming out, and we had more fighters, right? Yeah. Season 1, season 2 had less fighters, you got more fighters, you got more people on the card jumping back and forth, and then having a whole set of alternates. So the stories really didn't get to be brought to light, but they were given enough time to be able to touch bases on certain things and really introduce the people and really show some love back to everybody's competing out there. Everybody's got a story, and as we train, as we progress, we become more passionate about the craft and what 100%. We do out there, and we really want to focus on being the best version of ourselves.
Yeah,
going out there and really performing for everybody, and this is it's a life-changing thing. And when we start to really grasp that idea that it's really life-changing, it's not you just going up there and taking the slap and this is part of this and this is part of that and that's all it is.
Yeah.
No, there's it's a huger spectrum.
Yeah.
You guys got to look at this totally different. It's you have an opportunity to do the best you can and really put yourself out there from all those moments and the times in life that you were looking for that anyway.
Yeah.
Come on, Joe.
You've been asking. You've been
now it's here for it, right?
Yeah.
And
what's crazy, bro, is like everyone says that. Well, everyone says that, and they don't. It's like that old story, growing up. Like I grew up in the church or whatever, and there's that old story of like, the flood comes to town. You know what I mean? And a guy comes by in a boat. And like, no, God's gonna save me. And then a guy comes by in a helicopter. He's like, oh no, God's gonna save me. Then finally, someone else comes by with another boat or whatever. Oh no, God's gonna save me. And it's just like, that story is valid because that's what's happening with a lot of guys in slap. I feel. Look, there's been a ship, there's been a plane, there's been a hell, and you just keep saying, no, I'll go when they're ready. I'll go. No, bro. They're telling you that you need to be ready now.
Right.
And you've been asking for it, so you got to capitalize on it.
That's it. Yeah.
And I think season 3, everybody, for the most part, is their game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did amazing job. Went out there, performed, was able to go out there and on the other side take the slaps.
Yeah.
Take the slaps, learn about the defense, learn how to practice on all those things, and continue to grow.
Yeah, man.
That's the hugest things. Just continue to grow from what it is. Whether you're doing power slap, whether you're growing in business, whether you're doing anything with your life, doesn't matter. You put 110% into it.
Yeah.
Every single time. And the results play out the way it's going to play out. God has his way of aligning things the way it's going to be, and you just got to continue on and pushing with the path.
Yeah, on your IG, you post it's so inspirational. You find these reels and all that kind of stuff, and I've even reposted 2 or 3, I think, right?
Yes, yeah.
And my wife and I, we love that shit. Like, we've built a couple of businesses. She's such a rock star, such a hard worker. Like, laziness does not fly in this house. You know what I mean? And we love that because it all starts with speaking. Hey, I'm gonna go. I want to do this. We should do this. Oh, you know what? I crunched numbers on this. I'm gonna start this business. Blah blah blah. But what I found is, which is a big lesson I try and even teach my boys, which is, for whatever reason, everybody, and I mean everybody, has the money all of a sudden. They have the drive all of a sudden. They got all the connections all of a sudden to get to the edge. They never jump. They never jump, bro. So now they're out money. They've wasted their connections, and then they prove themselves that they can pull it off, which they're always good ideas. But I was talking about this earlier with Levi in the background there, that, we work with these businesses, and they're not even good at it. They're bad at following up. They're bad with people. They drop the ball over and over and over. But guess what? They're still doing it, so they're in business.
Correct.
And I think with power slap, it's valid, bro. Like Dakota, right? It gets canceled. Vern, right? It gets canceled, right? How many of those motherfuckers are actually going to go to the next fight? You know what I mean?
Yep.
And how many of them are going to go, well, I guess this isn't for me. I'm going to duck out. Well, then, yeah, it's not for you. So what you're saying is real, and people need to hear this. It's like, in this day and age, and this guy will tell you, you can talk things into existence. It is real. The difference is you have to keep going once karma or whatever you believe in brought it to you. Everybody can open the door and step in. Nobody wants to go in the basement, bro.
It's the truth.
Nobody wants to go in the basement.
God gives his toughest soldiers all the toughest wars. And that's what it's for. To be able to overcome those adverse moments in life, be able to shoot for whatever that you were going for, and really just trusting God.
Yeah.
Because that's the guy that's actually really guiding the ship. He's the lighthouse at the very end that you're just looking at and making sure that he's spinning to make sure that you're on the right path and you're on the go. And when you apply, you just become better and
Just
better.
become better and better. And the very real example in the slap game is when you break your arm or your hand, right? You don't go, oh, guess I'm done.
Right.
No. Can I use this guy? And you're like, then I will. Yeah. You earned the spot.
I had some of the craziest moments being on season 3, and just the kill shots of like, man, this is done. I've lost my weapon. This is not going to be a good thing. What do we do? Oh, okay. Now they're placing me against a soldier, a guy that understands the biomechanics, everything, personal training. This guy's job is to go out there and train on a daily.
Yep.
And when you have somebody that's consistent like that, that's disciplined like that, no matter what, 110%, he's got an edge. And when you don't have it, well, you're already operating, with my hand being the way it was, I'm operating at 50%. It's in my mind already.
And it was still bye-bye, boy.
And then shortly after, a sickness sweeps the whole entire house.
I heard about that. Everyone was just sick as a dog.
And 106 fever. I have to sit off of camera and be in the bathroom, tucked up in the shower, shivering cold in the shower, trying to figure out is this really what I chose to do? Is this what's really happening to me right now? And I'm about to have probably one of the biggest fights that I'm about to have right now. How do I overcome this thing? What do I got to do? And that's where you really find yourself. You find yourself at that bottom, scraping, figuring out what I got to do, how I got to move, who's coming. He's coming with power.
Yeah.
He's coming with precision. This guy he's 100%. We know that he is. He hasn't been affected by any other thing. Cards are against me, and it's the way that you read the hand.
Yeah.
I really feel that. It's the way that you read the hand. If you always think that it's going to be something against you, then it's probably always going to be against you.
Yeah.
But if you flip it and you say, hey, you know what? This is an opportunity for me to really showcase that I have power in both hands.
Yeah, 100%.
Opportunity to showcase.
And you've seen both sides of the coin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you murked a guy, right? And then you got stumbled. And so now it's like, oh, well, yeah, I haven't used my weapon. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So it's kind of like a coming out party for that right hand, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And even on that one with James Seekman, that fall there was a lesson. It was a lesson to be learned. And just like Dave Chappelle's his show, his name's The Dreamer.
Oh, I love that. I'm just in your dream right now. Such a good
Wise
perspective.
man.
Yeah.
Wise man knows when he's living in his own dream.
Yeah.
But a humble man knows when he's living in somebody else's.
Yeah, that's real.
And that wasn't my, at that moment when I fought Jinx, I was living in my dream.
Right.
And when I fought James, I was living in his.
Yep.
And that's all.
And Friday's your dream again, right?
But now with proper training,
Yes.
proper time, development, being able to do all the physical therapy for the hand, being able to practice, technique, skill set, mindset, everything you can possibly think of. When I go out there and I compete, there's no excuses.
I love it, man.
I can't leave anything on the table. I'm not going to be able to say, hey, you know what? This is why this happened, and I wasn't really feeling it. That's not even built in me.
Dude.
I don't understand those words now. And it's taken, to be honest with you, Joe, it's taken a lot of change. It's taken a lot of adverse moments to get back to where it is, and it took a lot of training.
Yeah.
And my wife is probably the most important, the biggest person in my life that has made an impact, is because she was able to look at me and actually see who I really am as a person, and not being judged by the physicality and, hey, you're just a big scary dude.
Yeah.
She knows my heart.
Yeah.
And she knows that that's not the way it is. And my wife really just drove this all the way to where you see me now. And I've learned so many things, and not just from her, but from everybody. We pick up lessons. When I meet you and I talk to you and we have these kind of conversations,
Yeah.
I pick up a lesson.
100%.
I take these little things with me along the way. It's a part of my toolkit.
Yeah.
And that's what creates me and shapes me to be the person that I am every single day, is that I get to see other people going through things, suffering, doing all those things, and realizing that I was in that point at one point in time. That was my life.
Yeah.
And if I can make a statement and tell you, hey, you don't have to be that way, brother. You don't have to be that way, sister. You can change. Yeah. He's like, here's the blueprint to what you need to change.
Yeah.
Now it's just you. You lead the horse to water, can't make it drink.
No, but if they do, it's pretty cool. And
Yes.
dude, and you're that guy. And I just want to say thank you for coming by. Like I could talk to you for 3 hours. No shit. I think one time we talked for 2.
Yes.
And I love what you're bringing to the game, and I love that you're about to have the opportunity to prove yourself, your actual weapon, your real hand. You know what I mean? But along the way, you're so open about how you're getting there and what you're doing. You know, telling people, oh, you got to get these brand deals, you got to do that, and it's all part of what you bring to the table in Power Slap. And dude, thank you so much for coming by.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Thank you, man.
Let's go, brother.
Let's go, brother. Get it up.